You've played the roles of Cloud and Tifa in a few projects. Was it nice to have fresh dialogue in these audiobooks to act rather than the same lines over and over again from other projects?
Yes, very refreshing. Because I swear I probably know Cloud's like first 10 lines by heart, and all the other important parts, like when Eris dies. Oh, spoiler, by the way. And
I didn't know.
Yeah, don't give that to the people at the convention next door where they're having the Cloud and Eris, you know. Anyway, yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun because I wasn't like knowing, okay, he's gonna be like talking about robo guards here. Yeah, fun stuff.
I try to make subtle changes when I do a different role. I'll either change the way I say something, or I will leave out a word and see if they notice. I like playing little games, so because it would be easier to just copy and paste the roles and or the lines and just send them to the people, but I kind of like giving a new performance. That way it gives people more incentive to watch it. So they're like, huh, she did it differently here. But yeah, it is a lot easier. I like having different lines.
When did you realize you would make a great voice actor for Cloud and Tifa?
Honestly, I had no idea if I would or not. I just sort of was like, hey, I like Cloud and I like Final Fantasy. I'll try out for this dub and see what people think. And people liked it, so I mean, I guess, I don't know. I'm just glad people kind of like me for it.
I'm gonna get flamed for this, but I actually have never heard. I had heard of Final Fantasy VII, but I never played it, and I know.
Fail.
And I had seen the movie, but I didn't really quite know how her voice was supposed to sound, so I just someone approached me about auditioning for her, so I auditioned, and it kind of grew from there, and then probably about the 5th time I was cast as her, I was like, not bad. I can do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm most likely gonna get a ton of flames for that, but...
Do you find it easy to adapt your voice or personality to fit the characters?
Sometimes. I mean, sometimes my voice just sort of naturally slips in there. Other days I have to like really force it. And as far as like the acting goes, like if it's like Advent Children, he's always more depressed, but in Final Fantasy VII, he's generally more of a leader till he loses his mind. So,
but even the slight kind of pauses he put into his speech, like even in this, the lines aren't written with pauses in there. You naturally put those in there to match the speech patterns of Steve Burton's performance.
Yeah, because it's sort of like the transition between Final Fantasy VII to Advent Children, where he's changing his character, sort of.
Yeah.
So I kind of listened to how Steve Burton said his lines in Dissidia and the movie, and I sort of just built on it from there, what I thought they would sound like,
Definitely works really well.
Thank you.
I don't know what I did. Because like I mentioned, I hadn't actually played the game, so most of that was just drawn from reading like her personality, and I just kind of turned it and molded it into how I think I would react. So Tifa's character is based off of how I would do things in that situation as far as her voice goes, but I also try to keep the original voice, like the English voice actors, intact in a way. It's kind of like a blend.
Yeah. You definitely... There were moments in the voice acting that you did for me that you sounded exactly like Rachel Lee Cook, but it wasn't as good as your own version of Tifa.
Yay.
You know, the actual acting was better with your own delivery.
That's what I go for. Ha, Rachel!
What was the most challenging aspect of doing the voice acting for Cloud and Tifa?
Probably in the beginning, just like getting my voice down there, because I still wasn't really used to it. I was doing younger roles and stuff like that, but after a while, I kind of got used to it, and the harder thing became like not so much just how he would sound, like his voice wise, but how he would like say it, like what he would he be thinking or feeling when he says stuff. Yeah, stuff like that.
That's kind of what I went through too, because when I was first starting out as Tifa, people would make me redo lines because I didn't sound like Rachel. I wasn't Rachel, and I'm like, okay. So I had to raise my voice a few octaves and make the little changes, which honestly, I think Tifa's voice is a little too high for her, but but yeah, because I feel like it should be contrasting Eris a little bit in terms of tone. But yeah, so now that I've been doing it a lot more, people have kind of grown to like how I portray Tifa a little more than the actual act. Like,
there's times that I go back to watching Advent Children and I think that doesn't sound right. Yeah, it's just I'm so used to hearing you.
Oh. Anthony, we should redo Advent Children.
Yes.
We need to redo it. We'll do all the roles.
Yeah. I'll do Cloud and the rest of the girls.
Okay. I will do Vincent and
yeah.
What initially drew you to this project? And once cast, how easily did you find yourself immersed into the character and the storylines?
I don't remember what drew me to it. Probably the fact that it was not like just something we've already heard or seen or played before. And I really, when I got cast as Cloud, it was like, I was so into it then, because I was like, oh cool, this whole story that I never read before. I never got to read because it was in like Japanese, but I knew about it. It was like, it was really fun. I got hooked on doing this stuff so quick.
Yeah, around the same. Like, it was something that I hadn't really heard of before, so I was already curious about it. And actually reading it, I was like, wow, that's crazy. That provides so much background story to it, and you can kind of get a little deeper into the characters.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of realize, wow, that really sucks for them.
Yeah, I think when I started doing the project, I didn't actually set out to do these audiobooks. I just sort of saw Christina's video, and
My audition?
I can't even remember what I was looking for, but I saw that and I thought, well, you might use that for something. And then I remembered the novellas, and I thought, yeah, that'd be really interesting. So then I contacted her, and then I contacted you, Anthony, and it sort of went from there.
So I kind of inspired it. Ha!
Yep.
That's kind of cool.
Yep. Were you aware of the novellas before you were approached for the roles?
No.
I kind of knew about them. I didn't know what they were, but I never got to like read any of them.
Yeah.
I knew nothing.
Yeah.
I had to go Google them after you approached me about it. I'm like, I guess. Let me look it up first.
Yeah.
I'm going to get so many fans after this interview, aren't I?
Yeah.
We actually only really had the fan translation when I started out, so I was giving out lines for the fan translation, which you guys got, and I ended up having to get some redone.
Yeah, you changed it 4 times on me.
I ended up having to rewrite some of it, and
oh man,
just to fix the translation, because there were things in there that
Didn't flow.
It's less than accurate.
Yeah.
And then I eventually got the official translation, and it kind of worked out because we had mic problems and all that kind of stuff. So
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I remember.
So yeah.
I've killed 4 different microphones for this role. I hope you are happy.
We got it sorted eventually.
Yeah.
Yep.
4 microphones and 2 laptops.
The human sacrifice.
Yes.
Just to be safe. That's why our Barrett voice actor isn't in here right now. Our director has a long-standing history with Final Fantasy VII. How beneficial was his experience with the franchise to achieving the best tone for the performances? It was very beneficial because he actually knew about the series and played the games, Christina.
Yeah.
And he knew about the characters and where they were going for the future, what would happen to them, what already happened to them.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And
even things like pronunciation.
Yeah, like Mako. Mako, right? See? He knows.
Even there was a scene in Case of Tifa where Cloud and Tifa go to see Elmira Gainsborough, and in the original Japanese they made a mistake where they say Cloud told Elmira what had happened to Aerith, but in fact in the actual game Reeve went to tell Elmira, so she already knew. So I changed it to just that Cloud talked to Elmira about what had happened to Aerith.
Wow.
So that's something that I caught that.
Yeah, that's really good, actually.
Yeah.
Well done.
But yeah, it was definitely beneficial to us because, as Anthony keeps pointing out, I didn't know. I was going with my instinct, and you actually know what you're doing, so you're able to direct me in the right direction.
Even
ironic, or not ironic. What's that word? Redundant. There we go.
But even I didn't have to give that much direction. You guys have good instincts for lines, so there wasn't that much that I had to change.
You write very good scripts.
Well, you revise scripts very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's recording for an anime fan dub different from recording for an audiobook or game?
Audiobooks give you a lot more freedom with how you want to pronounce things. Like you said before, the way I would pause and stuff.
Yeah.
You can't do that in anime. It's because you have to match the lip sync.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it gave a lot more room for our own interpretation and performance.
Exactly. You kind of stole my answer. But yeah, pretty much. You do have a lot more creative freedom when it comes to recording for an audiobook. But however, same thing goes with video games at some points because especially when you have anime style video games, you still have to match the lip flaps. And also for the screams and the grunts, you have to make it last as long as they tell you to. So if you're like, okay, you're going to be dying for 30 seconds, you're like, okay. And with anime, you're very constricted. You have to be able to express a certain emotion and match the flip-flops. Lip flaps. I'm a little tired here. And you got to do it all while constricting your movement because the microphone will pick up anything you do.
Yeah, especially your mic.
I know, my microphone's terrible, but... Well, good, but bad.
Yeah.
Yep, because I've known a voice actor that has actually had to take off his shirt because it was making too much noise in his takes.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was Crispin Freeman.
Of course.
So I didn't mind. But next question.
briefly describe what a dubbing session is like for you?
Well, there's a lot of time usually. I live in a house with other people, and I usually wait to record when no one else is home, so I don't feel like, oh my god, they're gonna think I'm a freak. Well, and like, so I'm never worrying about that stuff when I'm doing it. And usually, I only drink water.
Yeah.
Like that day, so I don't have my nose clogged or whatever by some other junk. But yeah, lots of redos and stuff, noise removal, silencing, stuff like that.
Have you ever done like a live recording before?
What do you mean by like live recording?
Like when
like
you're
over Skype?
Yeah, like when your director's online and like critiquing you the whole time.
Yeah, I've done it. I used to do it with this guy called Spaz Kid. He was like a flash artist, so he'd be making the lip flaps, and he'd say, "No, say that slower because I can't make the lips move that fast," or things like that. And it takes a long time, and yeah, it takes me forever, basically.
Do you prefer doing live recording versus on your own?
Sometimes when I really don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, I really would like the director to be there, but other times when it's like, all right, I know this is going on, I know about this guy, the character, stuff like that. No, that's my catchphrase from now on, isn't it? Stuff like that. Yeah, it generally helps more when I'm better off alone when I know more about the character, but I've been talking enough. It's your turn.
I've been asking you more questions, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, so a dubbing session for me. Like you, I wait till everyone's gone, or I kick them out.
Yeah.
Because either I'm really nervous when it comes to doing this kind of stuff in front of people. I don't know why. Because in the workshops, you would actually get to go into the studio yourself. You get your little headphones and stuff, and you get your script, and you're like, this is the first time you're looking at the script. So, and you literally get 30 seconds. He gives you kind of background info on the character, and then wha-bam, there are your beeps. You're ready to go. So,
sounds cool.
Yeah, you actually get a feel for what it is like, and it's really hectic. But it's pretty... Oh, man, I'm going to sound like such a cocky person, but I found it kind of easy for me.
Yeah. I've heard people say that they can't get used to that countdown, the beep, beep, and the third beep to go.
Fourth beep. Well, the imaginary beep.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, it does. Well, okay, I've never had. Yeah, it does get like that occasionally where you start too early, but that's what the sound editor's job is. They can move it over slightly or whatever, and then you do a pickup, which is basically if you just screw up in the middle of it, you just say pick up and then just continue from where you messed up, and then they can edit it together.
Yeah.
But as far as home recording goes, it takes me a while because I mess up a lot. I don't know why Adobe Audition is so rude, but it doesn't let me, I don't know if you guys have this problem, but it doesn't let me record and then click off of it. Like once I go to look at the script, it stops the recording and I'm like, okay, I can't read while you're open. So I usually try to memorize my lines because I don't have it on paper in front of me. I have to look at my computer.
Yeah. I'm guessing it would be a lot easier if you were the original character or the original voice actor rather than dubbing a Japanese anime.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You wouldn't have to match the lip flaps or anything like that.
Yeah, they got it easy in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not actually because of all that terrible stuff that's been happening, but
too soon, buddy. I'm kidding. Actually, sometimes for the Japanese animation, they still have to match the lip flaps. Sometimes they do the animation beforehand. I didn't know that at first either. I was like, huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
And now you know. Yes. You're the only person that actually knows when that's what you're supposed to say next after I say that. I do that at work all the time, and people are like, "What are you talking about?"
Do you have any favorite moments from Case of Tifa, either the act or just how they turned out?
I can't think of any specific moment that I really thought was my favorite to voice, at least, but I really like after they find Denzel, how he sort of becomes a member of their family. That was pretty cool.
It ignores Tifa.
Yeah, and he's just ignoring poor Tifa.
I know, that whole "Do You Love Me" scene kind of made me tear up, because Cloud was just totally oblivious. Typical men for you, though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tifa should have just been like, "You know what? No more beating around the bush. You're gonna tell me right now."
Yeah. Or
I'll smash them.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I think I spent a long time sort of fitting everything to the music, especially like the first 15 or 20 minutes. It was all every single moment was cued to the music, and that really made me happy. And there were some lines that really worked with it. Like there was a moment later on in the audiobook where Christina or Tifa was talking about Denzel and how he had come to her, or Cloud found him so that he could come to her, and there's this musical swell. It's just really, really beautiful.
I love Denzel.
Do you have any favorite lines that you did?
For the audiobook or in general?
Or for the audiobook.
I want to drink alone.
I wanted to punch you in the face when you said that.
What a jerk.
Then go drink in your room, you bitch. Yeah, we're gonna make a rated R version of that pretty soon. Let's see here. Any favorite lines? I'm not sure if I had favorite lines. I love Tifa in general.
I really like that little monologue you do, sort of about what had happened in Nibelheim.
In Nibelheim? That was long.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It took me forever to get those 3 takes I sent you. Because it would always be, I'm a perfectionist, so if I mess up anywhere, I have to go back and redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm so weird like that, because I won't be able to pick up like anyone else could.
Yeah. But you did it so perfectly.
Yes. Great.
Anthony.
Yes.
You were perfect too.
Aw, thank you.
Anthony, you were really perfect. You were just amazing.
Not me.
You put everything together. You're the hardest job of everyone. At least I think so. Setting the music, all the voices, narrating too.
Oh yeah, you did that, huh?
How did you find recording the lines separately, especially with no real cues to work off?
I don't know. Like the way it was written, it was really. I thought it was like kind of easy to just pick up on what was going on, and
yeah.
I don't know. You go ahead.
The narration kind of cued everything.
Yeah.
For you.
I can always like picture the way she would be saying it in my head too, for some reason.
I know, isn't that weird?
It just sort of made it a little easier for me.
Yeah. I guess I'm kind of used to it though, because actually this was probably one of the better projects I've done, because sometimes a director will just send you your lines and maybe in parentheses put, oh, by the way, this just happened. And you're like, okay, am I happy about that or am I sad about that?
I know, I hate that. You just get a whole like list of lines that make no sense coherently or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why I sort of color coded everything, just to make it easier for you guys to pick out your lines, but you could see everything around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It definitely helped.
Yes.
I mean, even with professionals, they still have everyone else's lines. And I'm like, dude, what gives you the idea that this would be better? Just having my lines and not have any direction whatsoever.
Right? Were you given any creative freedom when doing the lines? Did they let you add or change lines as you felt would better suit the character?
Damn you.
I can probably answer that. And it is no. Yeah, everything, anything that needed to be changed, I changed before it even got to you guys. Anything that didn't flow really or fit the character, I would change. But there wasn't that much. The script was pretty good.
I know, you wouldn't let me add all my swearing in the lines.
Yeah, I know. Motherfuckers.
Nice. Because I say that all the time.
He's got a potty mouth.
I
do. Were you happy with the way it turned out?
No.
Oh.
I hated it all. Sephiroth, Soldier, Mockery Actor, Shinra, everything. No, I loved it.
Yeah, me too. Probably one of like the best, if not the best, Final Fantasy VII related thing I've ever done a cloud voice for.
Oh, yay.
So.
Because it's with me.
Obviously.
Would you have done any lines differently given the chance?
Probably not. Not me, at least, because clouds are due to very few words. At least in the Advent Children era of Cloud's life. So it was all pretty much written out the way I figured he would say things. So
yeah, same here. I wouldn't really change much. I would love for her to be like a little more assertive with him, but no. That's not Tifa.
Last question. Do you have any upcoming projects?
I think I'm voicing Dante from Devil May Cry in like sort of like an audio version of the Devil May Cry 3 manga books. I think that's pretty much it for me for now.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Joseph?
Me? I'm still working on these audiobooks. I've got Case of Denzel coming up. Case of Bart as well. Nearly all the casting done for both those.
Are you doing the narration?
Yeah, I'll be doing them again. Still need to do that actually. Also an exclusive. We have a CD coming out of, well, not a CD, a downloadable thing of the music.
Downloadable thing.
Downloadable thing of the music from the audiobooks, which should be coming out the next month or so. Our the pianist HypochondriacPiano. You should check her out on YouTube. It's HypochondriacPiano. She does a lot of Kingdom Hearts piano arrangements, but she's amazing. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, I have the high school debut audio manga coming out. We're still casting, and Rose is still trying to get her button gear for that, because she's actually going through to color the majority of the pages and kind of trying to make it a little better, I guess. I don't know what she's doing. But yeah, we're still casting. So Anthony, hopefully you'll be getting an email eventually. And we got, of course, the other audiobooks, which do I need to re-record lines, you said?
Yeah, not many.
Okay. It's for
yeah.
Denzel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I have the film I'm working on.
That's cool.
That'd be awesome. So yeah, that's all the questions. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed listening to our randomness.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys don't want to kill me because I haven't played Final Fantasy VII.
Blasphemy.
I'm sorry.